Welcome. Happy Thanksgiving. My name is Cindy Bryson. I'm a registered dietitian and extension educator from Nebraska Extension. Today I'm here to talk to you about getting ready for Thanksgiving. The day after Thanksgiving is the biggest foodborne illness day of the entire year. So I'm here to give you a few tips and tricks on how to make sure you and your family stay happy and healthy so you're all ready to go shopping on Black Friday. When we start thinking about Thanksgiving, we think the turkey and what do we need to purchase, but we need to think a week or two out where we're at now. What do we need to do to prepare? We need to clean out our refrigerator. We need to make sure we've checked our spices. Do we have everything as far as the nitty-gritty things that we need? What are we going to do? Is our kitchen clean? Have we gotten our dishes out, or are they washed? Start with that. Start small. Check your spices. Do you have any outdated things in your refrigerator? Any outdated things in your cabinet? Clean out your pantry. Do that this weekend. That'll be a good start for you to get ready for the holidays. Then think about your turkey. When you buy your turkey, which is usually the traditional food for Thanksgiving, think about how are you buying it? Are you buying it frozen? This guy is like solid as a rock. Are you buying it fresh? If you're buying a fresh turkey, it is only good in your refrigerator 1 to 2 days, and then you either have to cook it or freeze it, which kind of is against the point of buying a fresh turkey. Your refrigerator is not cold like the refrigerators in the grocery store. So again, once your turkey is thawed, or if you buy it fresh, you have to cook it within 1 to 2 days. You can cook it ahead of time, and if you want to cook it a week ahead of time, cook it, carve it all out, put the broth and everything in it, cover it up, pop it in the freezer. 2 days before Thanksgiving, take your pan out, stick it in the refrigerator. Thanksgiving Day, pop it in the oven just to warm it up. Wonderful. It's so moist. What do you do if you have a frozen turkey? Well, if you have a big turkey or a little turkey, you have to give it time to thaw. You cannot thaw it on your counter. It makes for very, very dangerous situations. You want to make sure you allow enough time to thaw your turkey. So for every 5 pounds of turkey you need to thaw, you need to give yourself 24 hours, not including the date that you're going to cook it. So if I have a 25-pound turkey, it's going to have to be in the fridge 6 days before I need it, because it takes a long time to make sure that this turkey thaws. You want to make sure you get all the extra things that are on the inside out and the neck and all of that. So make sure you put this in your fridge ahead of time. If you happen to be in a time crunch and it's just not thawed, you can sanitize your sink, leave your turkey in its wrapper, put it in cold water, and every half an hour change the water, and that will thaw your turkey in a pinch too. But think ahead. Get it out ahead of time. Put it in a pan or a cookie sheet or in a cake pan, so when it does start to thaw, if any juices come out, it's not going to contaminate your refrigerator and anything else that's in there. When you're cooking your turkey, if it has one of those little pop-up timers, those are pretty accurate. Go by that. Make sure that is popped up before you take it out. If you don't have one of those timers, the best way to check if your turkey is done and it is safe is to use a meat thermometer. Again, when you're cleaning out your cabinets this weekend, think about, do I have a meat thermometer? Do I need to go to the store and get one? They're pretty inexpensive, and it's the only way you're going to find out if your meat is finished. So definitely make sure that this is part of your holiday tradition, that you do have a meat thermometer to check your turkey. When you cook your turkey, you want to make sure after it's done cooking, you tent it for about half an hour, because it reabsorbs some of the juices and it makes it moister. You do want to make sure, though, that you're not letting your turkey or anything else on your Thanksgiving table sit out very long. If your house is 70 degrees or above, only 2 hours can your food sit out. One of the things that you need to really be concerned about, besides protein items, your potatoes, things like that, is your pie. A lot of people will make pumpkin pie and they'll let it sit on the counter for days. Pumpkin pie is a custard. It has eggs in it. Even though it's cooked, you still need to keep this in the refrigerator. It's very important. Again, don't let any leftovers sit out longer than 2 hours, because after 2 hours, there's enough bacteria that has grown that could possibly make you sick. Think about with your dressing, and I know most of you make your dressing from scratch, but even if you use a bag of dressing mix, Again, you want to make sure once you've rehydrated it, it doesn't sit out for more than 2 hours. Potatoes are another thing. Potatoes are one of those things where you can, if you're not handling them appropriately, you can get botulism from. Be careful. They're potatoes. Be careful. Make sure you wash them before you peel them. Make sure you cook them appropriately, and when they're cooked and they're done and you're done eating, you get them in the refrigerator as fast as possible. Never put anything hot in your refrigerator because it brings the temperature up on your fridge and it causes your foods to spoil a lot faster. Let it cool on your counter till about room temperature, maybe about half an hour or less, and then put it in the refrigerator covered. You're going to get the biggest bang for your leftovers. Leftovers after Thanksgiving are good 3 to 4 days, not any longer. They're not good 2 weeks. They're not good, any longer than that. If after 3 to 4 days you still have a lot of leftovers, pop them in the freezer. Take them out at another time. Sometimes after eating turkey for a few days in a row, you really want something different. So put your leftovers in the fridge. Lots and lots of suggestions here. One of my favorite suggestions is when I cook my turkey, I get a disposable pan. This is kind of a nice one. It has a bottom on it, so you can actually pick it up. It keeps the pan stable. If I don't have a bottom on it, I put it on a cookie sheet. This makes cleanup a lot easier. I cook my turkey the day before Thanksgiving, carve it all up, lots of juice in there. I cover it, I put it in the fridge overnight, and the next day I just pop it in the oven. It keeps a lot of the mess down while I'm doing other things. Lots of things you can do ahead of time to make your Thanksgiving just as enjoyable as everybody else's. You can make your mashed potatoes ahead of time and pop them in the crock pot before you're serving your dinner, to heat them up if you don't have enough room on the stovetop or in your oven. Same with the stuffing, something you can put in a slow cooker. You can put it in a multi-cooker. So think about what your meal is. If you want to make it easy at all, have people bring things. You do the turkey and have everybody else bring a side, but remind them food safety is foremost, the most important thing. I want you to have a safe and happy Thanksgiving. I want to make sure that you and your family don't have any problems with foodborne illness the day after Thanksgiving. So when you're standing in line at your local store trying to wait for those great bargains, that you're feeling okay. So if you have any questions on Thanksgiving Day, you can call the Butterball hotline, 1-800-BUTTERBALL, and they can help you with any of your turkey questions. If you have any beforehand, give the extension office a call, 402-444-7804. This is Cindy Bryson from Nebraska Extension telling you Happy Turkey Day.